Hello there, welcome and welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Raquelle. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. Clearly you're here for a reason. You want to get some tea or get your mind off of everything that's going on in the world, because currently, I'm in quarantine. Are y'all in quarantine? It's been a mess, right? So I don't usually do story times. The last time I did a story time, I would say it was like 2 years ago, honestly. And I used to do story times all the time because I always have some type of weird, awkward story. But I used to drink, and I'm not drinking now because I just haven't been drinking because I don't want to be around the house. My kids are here and all that. So I've got some water and I got the tea, so that should be good enough, right? So yeah, so I felt like I should just talk about this because a lot of people don't know like what happened with this company, Fashion Nova. Everybody, if you're somebody, I guess, has like a sponsorship or is a Fashion Nova ambassador. You're probably never ever gonna see me be a Fashion Nova ambassador, and I'm about to tell you all why. So without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and jump right in. Alright, so this happened when I was just starting out beauty blogging. I mean probably like 2015. And now I've always done the beauty blogging thing. I went to cosmetology school, hence my old name Cosmo by Kells. And it was just always an in and out thing due to, you know, abusive relationships and just not being consistent and niching down, honestly. So back in the day, I had a little bit of room. I was kind of wild. Like I said, I used to do my story times and I used to drink and say outlandish things. And I was just younger. You know what I mean? I was still in my 20s. Like I was in my 20s and I was living life and I was rebellious. And I just felt like I could say whatever to whoever, whenever, as long as my point got across. So that brings up Fashion Nova. Now, honestly, for me, I promise you, I was like the blogger one of all of my friends in Minnesota. So when I started seeing Fashion Nova, that was back in the day in like 2015. They were super new. Like a lot of people weren't even wearing them. Nobody knew about their high waist pants, and I just had to have their high waist pants. So I used to buy their high waist pants all the time. And everybody said, "Where'd you get them?" I was like, Fashion Nova, Fashion Nova. And a lot of my friends weren't new to that because they were just like posting on Instagram sporadically. They were mostly on like Snapchat, and I don't even think Snapchat, like mostly just Facebook. So I was the one who brought it up, and like I was promoting them basically. Even if I didn't have a large following, I was putting on my real friends and family onto Fashion Nova. So like I was obsessed with the brand because everything was so cheap and it was so cute and it was so fresh, and a lot of people didn't know about it. So I was always like following them on their Instagram and looking at the models and looking at things that I wanted to buy. And like every single time, like I would look at the Fashion Nova hashtag, I would see so many beautiful and well-dressed, well put together, darker women, black, Indian, all that, whatever, just a darker shade of skin. And it seemed like Fashion Nova never ever posted them on their page. Sound familiar? I mean, let's look at 2020. I'm sure nothing has probably changed. It's just, it's terrible. You market these cheap and beautiful, gorgeous bomb clothes to all women, but you only have one shade of woman that you have a collective group of models, I guess. Like you have a white model. They would have a white model. They used to have Leanne, what's her name? Leanne. She's a big Instagrammer now, but that's how back in the day, that when she was modeling for them, that's when I was like on Fashion Nova. So they always had like some exotic looking girl or a light skinned black woman, Hispanic and white, but never any black women. I mean, not even a black woman my shade, nothing darker than me, nothing. So that pissed me off. I mean, I'm spending all my money, I'm putting real people onto this. Even if I don't have a large following, I'm still word of mouth. Like so many people of mine, like everybody in my cosmetology school, they're like, I never knew about Fashion Nova before you, this and that. So I'm like, what the hell? Why am I promoting these people if they can't even display a woman of color in any of their clothing? So I got mad one day, scrolling through and getting pissed off, looking at the hashtags, and I'm like, y'all really just playing. I was like, there's no women of color here. No women of color, no women of color. Is there something wrong with our skin? You guys accept our money, but you don't want to put us on your page. You don't want to give us any exposure. You don't want to like our pictures. I was like, I want to buy things that women my shade and darker are being displayed and showing that we are a value to your company, that you appreciate our business. Every single dollar I work for, it's regardless if the jeans are $20. I worked hard for that $20. Like And I want to know that you're not just taking my money and laughing behind my back because you think that like we're not beautiful enough to be on your page. So I literally commented something on like at least 20 pictures within like a 10-minute span. And they were like, we have black women, but it was like 16 posts. Every 16 posts there would be a black woman. Like every 16 posts. Do you know how far you have to scroll? Like that is no type of representation, and it's so backhanded, underhanded, so much shade. Like you want us to wear these clothes, you will you'll do everything but put you'll do everything with these clothes but put a darker skinned model in it. And it's just disgusting because I'm pretty sure it's still happening. I can't see their Instagram because they blocked me immediately afterwards. But it got to the point where it was just disgusting. And that was literally the point where I made my stance. And I promised myself never to support a brand that wouldn't find darker skinned women of color inclusive, or anyone who looks like me. If you don't take me seriously, if you don't think that we are beautiful, if you can't put us on your page, if you can't give us proper representation, I'll never give my money to you again. So that's why you never ever see me in Fashion Nova. I would rather shop at Ross. I will shop at Pretty Little Things. Because Pretty Little Things collabs with women of color. Pretty Little Things is like fast forward doing the damn thing. I still can't wrap my mind around how people are doing these Fashion Nova hauls or being a Fashion Nova ambassador, and they don't even care about you and your skin color. And that's just the one thing that irritates me. I understand like some makeup companies, like they won't make as many shades or foundation and concealer because they're so used to not making it, and it's such a new thing for them to have women who are darker than the norm come in. But a lot of them change that and they turn it around. Some of it's genuine, some of it's not. The ones who are genuine I'm gonna rock with and support and buy the products. The ones who aren't, you'll never see me talk about on my page. So that's the exact same approach that I take with clothing companies. You have to show representation for everyone. I'm just talking about darker skinned women and women of color because that's who I am. That's what I identify with. If it's to that magnitude, because Fashion Nova is so big, it's actually a monopoly, and just to not see that representation is just like a big slap in the face. So I still stand on what I stand for. That's what I stand for. I mean, honestly, it's not cool. It's disgusting. So being in this state, 2020, people are quarantined. Some people are down to their last dollar or don't have a lot of money. They're going to want to go to Fashion Nova and not to have the representation. It just sucks. It just sucks. You might have to spend a couple more dollars, but I would rather spend more money and go with people who don't think that I'm a joke, who think that I'm beautiful, can represent me and have campaigns and collaborations with influencers of color. Then yeah, I'm still gonna stand on that. So I just wanted to come and share that with you guys. I just want to let you know to know your worth. I don't care if Tim, Susie, Mary, and Tom are all doing Fashion Nova hauls or so-and-so hauls or doing this and that, and you feel like you're disrespected or been disrespected by a brand or you don't rock with them. You have to have that. You have to have your own respect for yourself. You can't just be going with the flow out here. Like, that's how you lose respect. Like, if every single opportunity is offered to you, like Flat Tummy Tea or Fashion Nova ambassador or something, and they're not representing you and you just swallow your pride and take it, like, a lot of people will lose respect for you. So I'm gonna keep the respect that I got for myself, and I'm gonna show people how they can and cannot treat me. So that's how I've been, and I don't regret my decision. It could have been classier. I was young, like I said. I was a hothead. I am an Aries, and even though Aries seasons is ruined due to Miss Corona, I am a true Aries, and I'm happy that it's Aries season. I feel a renewed sense of energy. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I could have handled it differently. It was kind of tacky. It was very tacky, but I wasn't thinking because I was just so frustrated. I had done my research. I had been stalking them, and I was looking everywhere, and I just couldn't find anybody who looked like me wearing their clothes or being made to feel beautiful. So clearly it wasn't just one day of things. It was like a couple of months I was stalking and trying to figure out what the heck was going on. So yeah, I will never, I mean, all I could do is like the only thing I would do different today would be not to directly go on every single one of their posts and posts. Why? 'Cause if you're not invited to the table, you don't beg for a seat. That's what I know now. If you're not invited to the table, you do not beg for a seat. And that's period. Like, that's for anything, anyone, anything. If people are making you feel like you don't matter, why would you want to argue with them to make you feel like you matter? Unless it's some, in situations like this, I'm saying, like with the social media. So that's what I'm saying, and that's where we are. They probably will never unblock me, and you probably will never ever see me in Fashion Nova, but you know why. And this is why. It's not that I don't want to wear some of the cute clothes, but I just don't rock with that mission statement. And to everybody out there who's ever been made to feel as if they are a misfit or not pretty enough or not good enough to be shown or kept a secret, but somebody will take your money, I empathize with you, and I'm right there with you, and just know that you are worth it, and your dollars are worth it. And even if it's only $50, don't take it to somebody who's not going to show their love and appreciation for that $50. You can take it down the street to somebody who will love you, right? Right, that's all I'm saying. Those are the vibes for 2020 and beyond. I love you all. I will see y'all here in my next video.